So this is what can happen. You can see this huge ball of molten plastic that is fused to the head of my printer. So there is hope. There is a way to get that off. But first we have to stop the print. So you don't want to panic and just hit stop. It's not going to do anything if it's sitting there for 2 more seconds. So right now the screen says right extruder 200 degrees, left extruder 200 degrees, bed 50 degrees. So that means the right extruder is on. So that means it's probably doing the supports in the right and the model in the left extruder. So right now we're just kind of damaging the printer. So we're going to go ahead and cancel the print, and while it's still hot we're going to have to get in there with a knife or pliers and pull that big hunk of plastic off before it fuses to everything. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the printer and then come back with a pair of pliers. So we're going to stop the print, push the bed down, and try to peel that plastic off. You got to be careful of wires, and there's some insulating tape on there, so you got to not panic and just do it while it's hot. You might even turn the heater back on, but let's see if I can do it in one pull here. Cancel print. Push down on the bed, get it out of the way, grab the pliers. Again, I'm real careful not to grab any wires. I'm just grabbing plastic, and I'm only pulling on stuff that I'm sure of. There's some tape there. I got to be really careful not to peel that tape off. And the plastic's already pretty cool. So at this point, you can't touch the nozzle, but I can grab this little bit of plastic here. And be careful. See, that's part of the tape, so I'm going to leave that alone. I don't want to pull that off. It's damaged enough. So that other plastic, I'm going to have to just let sit there. It'll attach itself to the nozzle again, and then I'll have to wire brush it off, or I can heat this up and get a wire brush on. For right now, I'm going to just go ahead and restart my print. So I'll show you in a minute what the settings show, and then I'll have to stop this print, clean it up, and then restart a second print. But I thought you guys would be interested. And it's still pretty hot and molten on the inside, so it's cool enough to touch, but it's warm. But on the inside, it's still hot enough to give you a little bit of a burn. And the nozzle is still hot enough to burn you. Okay, so I canceled the one print that failed, and then I put the next print in, and it had the same settings. So if you look at the right extruder, it's trying to heat up to 200, the left extruder is trying to heat up to 200, and then the platform is also trying to heat up. So I know that the right extruder should not be heating up, because we're only using the left, and there's no nozzle, so nothing is going to come out of that printer. There's also no filament in the right extruder. So this will end up in the same fail, the same big ball of molten plastic. So we need to fix our slicer file before we can move forward.